I'm Megan Edwards with Mining IR. We are here at the last day of the mining investment event in Quebec City, and I am joined by Ernest Mast, who is the president and CEO of Cygnus Metals Limited, which trades on the ASX under the symbol CY5 and on the TSXV under the symbol CYG, a company advancing critical mineral projects in Quebec and Western Australia. So thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure to be here, Megan.
So Ernest, with over 30 years in the mining industry, you've held various roles from exploration to executive leadership. Could you share some highlights of your journey and what led you to establish Cygnus Metals?
I'm a metallurgical engineer by training, graduated here in Canada. And I started my career with a company called Noranda, and I spent 20 years with Noranda and subsequent companies, principally working at metallurgical facilities, but I had the opportunity to travel overseas, having spent at least half of my career in Latin America, making me fluent in English, French, and Spanish. What led to the formation of Cygnus Metals was we had contacts with a private company that owned these assets in Quebec. And this was a company at the time called Doré Copper Mining. And we took the assets public in 2020. And we've progressed the assets since then. So we saw an opportunity to obtain these critical metal copper assets in Quebec and really build it into a company. The Chibougamau camp is a traditional mining camp here in Quebec. It started in the 1950s and closed in 2008. And it really has some amazing attributes that we're going to talk about quite soon in this discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those who are unfamiliar, can you provide an overview of Cygnus Metals Limited and its primary focus within the mining sector?
So currently the primary focus is the Chibougamau Copper Project. It's a hub and spoke project where we're going to have a number of mines feeding a centralized mill. That's the main focus. The company also owns 3 projects in Quebec, which are lithium projects. Those 3 projects are actually on trend with significant other lithium deposits. So we think we're very well situated for the future with those lithium projects. In addition, the company has some exploration ground in Western Australia.
And let's talk about Chibougamau. That's Cygnus's flagship project, as you mentioned. Can you elaborate a little bit on the project's significance and recent developments?
So the most significant thing regarding the project is the fact that since the mine closed in 2008, the company has been able to increase resources to approximately 10 million tons at 3% copper equivalent, making the project one of the highest grade copper projects in the world. In addition, we have a lot of exploration potential. In addition to that, the company has completed previously a preliminary economic assessment, which shows how we're able to get the project back into operation.
Cygnus has several lithium projects in Quebec, including the Eau Claire, Pontax, and Sakami. Sorry, I said that right earlier. What is it again? Sakami projects. Now, how do these projects fit into your overall strategy?
So currently, we're holding those projects. We're doing the work necessary to keep them in good standing. We're monitoring what others are doing around us. There's still a lot of lithium activity in Quebec where there's projects advancing through their feasibility stages and eventually to production. So we're seeing what's happening with those projects. And when the time is right in the lithium market, we will go back and continue to do exploration on those projects and build up the company as truly a critical metals company.
Cygnus recently completed a merger with Doré Copper Mining Corp. How does this merger enhance your portfolio and strategic positioning?
So the merger benefited both companies. It benefited Doré Copper by giving the company access to the Australian market. It benefited Doré Copper also in joining the Cygnus, call it team and group of companies. And it benefited Cygnus because Cygnus at the time really only had the lithium projects in Quebec. And with the lithium market down, Cygnus were looking for a good project in Canada, preferably in Quebec, with critical metals or with metals which are currently having a very strong market, such as copper and gold. So the merger was very synergistic. The resulting board of directors are 3 people from Doré Copper and 3 people from Cygnus Metals.
Okay. Now, Cygnus is listed on both the ASX and the TSXV. How does this dual listing benefit the company and its stakeholders?
The dual listing provides better access to capital. We have a capital pool of investors in North America and in Australia. Currently, the Australian market is much more liquid than the North American or the TSXV, and that's a great benefit to the combined company.
How is Cygnus integrating environmental responsibility and community engagement into its exploration and development activities?
So we have a very unique situation in that the town of Chibougamau was built in the 1950s on the back of our assets. And so there's a very close relationship between the company and the people of Chibougamau, whereby in the town of Chibougamau, whenever I'm there, I invariably meet someone whose father, grandfather, uncle, or aunt worked at our mining complex. And so we have that very tight relationship with the town of Chibougamau. We've also developed a very strong relationship with the Cree Nation, specifically Ojibougamau, located approximately 50 kilometers away from our project site. And we sponsor a lot of events in the community. And we, in fact, our drilling company has a joint venture with the Cree community, helping the community become more prosperous.
What should investors and stakeholders be watching for from Cygnus Metals in the next 6 to 12 months?
In the next 6 to 12 months, we're going to have various exploration milestones. We've been doing infill drilling and some expansionary drilling at the flagship Corner Bay mine. We've been doing drilling at the Goldeneye property, which is principally higher grade gold and a little bit less copper. And we have other deposits in our camp. And remember, we have 17 past producing mines in our camp. So there's tremendous exploration activity. And we will have news on that. And another thing which we're going to have coming out is we're going to do a resource update probably in the latter part of the summer. And that resource update will show an expansion of the overall resources of the company. It will also show a conversion of inferred to indicated resources at the Corner Bay property.
And if anyone watching wants to get in contact with you, how do they do that?
The best way is to email me at emast@cygnusmetals.com or go on the website and just leave a message in the comment section, and eventually you'll get back to me.
And the website is?
www.cygnusmetals.com.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.